So the Cid and the Badgerita, we are at Four Dances natural area, and we're going to do the Four Dances trail just outside of Billings in a relatively famous sort of area called the Rimrocks. We're going to be doing this trail where we go down, do this overlook here, and then this overlook and back. So it's kind of a Y-shaped trail, about 2.4 miles, and the Badgerita already has her antenna up for any snakes that might be out here. So just a short distance down the main trail, the trail splits essentially straight ahead, takes you up this hill to the first overlook, and then we're going to come back and reconnect with the trail that goes out and back over that way. So the Yellowstone River has been an important trade route for Native Americans. The Crow Indians called Billings home since at least 1700, and William Clark of the Lewis and Clark expedition passed through Billings at some point. And now we're going to go and get a nice view of the town. So we just came from that direction, Pictograph State Park, and below us are massive cliff facings which just drop straight down from here, and this provides us with a view of all of Billings and the surrounding area with the Yellowstone River down below. We've made our way back to the intersection and are now doing the out and back to the other overlook. And we've got a friend who wants to tag along, but her owner would rather she stay with her. Well, we've descended a bit, so at roughly 0.85, 0.90 miles, just short of a mile, including that other overlook, we're starting to get into some trees, make the trail a little bit nicer and a little bit shadier, because it can be pretty warm out here. It's in the 70s, but it's quickly going to get into the 80s today. You can see that the soil must be a very thin layer, and then you get to this solid rock that you see exposed here. We've steadily gone down. It seems to be leveling off a bit, but turning into a prettier walk than that first part with the trees, and I can see the cliffs coming up. Well, we've rounded a corner, and I think we're going straight out to the overlook, which is an out and back, so we'll be coming back up all of this, but we're now right down among the Rimrocks themselves, and I can begin to see the Yellowstone River down below. So checking all trails, I didn't look closely enough, but this trail will take us right down to the water's edge. And we've made it to the Yellowstone River. Okay, now we start the ascent which could be as much as 500 feet. Well, we've gained back most, if not all, of the elevation, and now we've got sort of a rolling prairie hike left. We are back at the trail split up the hill. We did the first hike to the overlook, and now we're heading back to the parking lot. Well, this trail certainly isn't one of those it'll change your life trails. It was nice. It got us certainly a nice perspective of Billings and a great view of the town. We did get to see some of the Rimrock formation. I would also suggest do this early or late. It can get really hot, and fortunately it's not in the 80s right now yet, but it's fast approaching there. So I think it's time for a beer back at our trailer or at one of the 11 brew pubs in Billings.